Alright, y'all. We'll go back to another video. We're gonna get right into it. No intro. Let's go.
Of the population cannot read while they're riding in a moving car. The reason why is hilarious. So there's this thing called sensory conflict. It's when one of your senses is telling your brain one thing while another sense is telling it something else. When you're in a moving car, your body is telling your brain that you're in motion. But when you try to look at the book that's right in front of you, your eyes are telling your brain that you're standing still. So our brains are really confused. How can we be moving and staying still at the same time? In fact, it's so confused that it assumes that you're having a psychedelic trip. The technology around us is evolving at a way faster pace than our biological bodies are. Our ancestors never had to deal with things like cars, but what they did have were mushrooms. So our brains assume that the reason we're having sensory conflict is because we ate something crazy out in the wilderness. And the reason you get nauseous is because your brain thinks you need to barf up whatever it is you might have accidentally eaten out there. So the next time you get nauseous because you're trying to read while you're in a moving car, just remember that your brain is literally having the experience that you ate something toxic and it's making you hallucinate. 30% of the population cannot.
You need to get your ass down. No, you need to come on back up in here. For real, because I know you scared. You scared as a motherfucker. You scared enough to, there you go, you done shitted on yourself. You need to get your ass down.
Bruh.
Wait a damn minute. Hey! Hey! Just roll away. Sometimes you gotta just roll away from the situation. Hey! They both standing on business. How they
Yo,
gonna
they
move
is
it?
really
They
fighting.
And they just stopped. They just stopped.
See, they tricked you. They got you to think, oh, what the ancient Egyptians were, they got their information for some aliens. No,
Hey, yo.
they would have had alien type information then. They wouldn't have had information that was indigenous only to this planet. So somebody who understood the mineral domain, the plant domain, the animal domain, and the human domain created these formulas. So the Greeks didn't do any of that. All that was thousands of years old. In fact, the ancient chemists used to laugh at the Greeks and say, y'all don't even have no history. It's like y'all just got here. Y'all have to learn up. Y'all don't have no writing system. So Greek writing was taught by ancient chemists. The first Greek writing was from right to left, like the African writing. And then once the Greeks got control of their society, then they started writing from left to right. And all Europeans write from left to right. All indigenous people write right to left. Sunrise to sunset. Why are you writing backwards? Okay, but the ancient Kemetu wrote in both directions and top down. So that's why the Asians write like that, because we introduced writing to them. So if you look at the Chinese calligraphy, the first Chinese dynasty, the Shang dynasty, Shang 1 and 2. Who are those? Those are the Kushites, the same people who developed ancient Kemet. Babylonia, the Sanskrit, the same writers, the same people from ancient Kush. In fact, Nimrod is the son of Kush. He is the founder of a lot of the first Asian societies.
Go get spring water. Don't drink Dasani purified water. It's gonna fuck you up. Number one, right? Two, once you have a little bit of money, start eating super clean, super organic. Understand that the food that you consume has pesticides, has chemicals. You want to be eating nutritious whole foods, not processed food, not garbage. You do not want to be using Teflon pans. They have forever chemicals. It's known to be extremely poisonous. So get a cast iron. It costs you $20. Buy the cast iron. If you have an air fryer, don't use a microwave. It's completely killing the food. Don't drink sodas. Don't drink Gatorade. Don't drink any of this water, and sometimes organic coconut water. Super good for electrolytes. Add some chlorophyll in there. Add some lime, sea salt. Neglect celebrities. Don't give a celebrities. They're just dirt. Go get spring water. Don't drink Dasani purified water. It's gonna fuck you up. Number one, right? Two, when
they brought this motherfucker
Ah, nah. Nah. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them was the good days at school. Now that's when I was happy to be at school. Them days right there. They pull out the box TV. It's over. I'm happy. Then they tell you come get a little what is it? Toast with some jelly beans. Y'all remember that? Come on, man. You don't know. You don't know, man. Y'all know about that.
Shut the fuck up. They got chips. They got motherfucking pizza. They got juice.
They got all the good movies, though, shorty.
Yeah.
Yes, today, no
Oh, God.
homework. Oh, my mama. I worked hard as hell for this day. We worked hard as hell for this day. This was our payday. When we was shorties in elementary, and they pulled this big, thick motherfucking this TV was thick as hell. When they pulled this big booty motherfucking TV out, though, shorty, this was like a fucking payday. You finna get pizza, you finna get chips, you finna get juice, no
Yeah.
homework. Yay, we made it. We made
real.
it. When they brought this motherfucker out, you already know today finna be lit. Shut the fuck up. They got chips, they got motherfuckers.
If you want to see loads of shit being released from your colon and naturally downsize your waist, here are 3 things you can do. Start by eating 2 to 3 dragon fruits on an empty stomach, followed by lots of warm water and key lime. Yellow dragon fruit is one of the best natural laxatives and is also great for bowel inflammation and dissolving kidney stones. These guys are going to soften your stools and you're going to release tons of waste, so make sure that you're near a bathroom for the next few hours. For a deeper cleanse, use binders like zeolite, chlorella, and activated charcoal and mix them with psyllium husk. Binders collect heavy metals, microplastics, and tons of toxic debris in our bodies, as well as mucoid plaque. Most importantly, they ensure these toxins aren't reabsorbed into our system. Follow this up with a natural laxative like senna leaf tea. Senna leaf clears the way for toxins to be thoroughly eliminated by deeply cleansing the colon and stimulating our bowels. Combining this with fasting or a fruit detox will help you flush out waste, boost your energy, and set you on a path to true healing. So if you're ready to experience a deep cleanse, reply fearless to join our fruit detox. If you want to see loads of shit.
What? This gotta be AI, right, y'all? That's AI. Cause ain't no way. I don't believe that. That is crazy. I believe it. I believe it. Hey, shit. We can make a robot. Shit, nigga. Shoot.
And black people and white people, we get high differently. Black people, we get high, we start philosophizing.
Yeah.
We get high, because the world is spinning like a motherfucker. So if you want to be here, you got to hang on. See how deep I just came? See how deep? White boys smoke that shit. You hear that? Did you fucking hear that? It says kill 4 people, dude. Fucking kill 4 people.
Kill 4
I'm gonna get my
people.
fucking gun.
What?
White boys get all emotional and shit when they get high. Yo, dude, I fucking love you, man. Fucking love your cats, your dogs, your hamsters, all that shit, dude. I fucking love you. They put their body into it, too. I fucking love you, dude. Love your ass. You're my bestie, fucking dude. You're my fucking bestie, dude.
Yeah. That is too funny, man.
And black people and white people, we get high differently. Black people.
I'm saying original people have been here for so long that there's nothing we haven't done and nowhere we haven't been. Okay? There is no fucking place that white people have discovered on this planet. Anywhere that white people have gone, anywhere, they will find the original man was already there. I'm saying original people have been here for so long.
You think you a fool, you'll act like a fool. You think you poor, you act the way they tell you poor people supposed to act. Plant. You want to grow corn, you plant a seed. It works with everything else. Plant. You want to get a new car, buy the keychain and put it away. The car come to you. That's what the real God is about. You think you a fool.
Locals in East London noticed the water from their beloved pump tasted weird. Unbeknownst to them, there was a nearby cemetery, and the calcium from the human bones was seeping into the underground stream. What was once thought to be a source of health had become a deadly concoction. Hundreds died in what came to be called the Pump of Death. Even today, the pump stands as a landmark, its wolf-headed spout a haunting symbol of the horror it once unleashed. Locals in East London noticed the water.
What that nigga say? Okay. I can't wait to get mine. Just give me my keys, bro. Like, I already got one. I need like 2 more. I like that little drop top motherfucker right there. That Lexus bitch gon' hit. I've been thinking about old Range Rover. Yeah, your mother. Your mother used to drive that Range Rover right there. Your mother. Your mother and her brother. They used to drive them. Yeah, I'm liking this. Yes, sir. Give me my BBS's too. How much is them? Them bitches finna cost an arm, a leg, a neck, a back. Fuck. Yeah, run the line back real quick. What that nigga say?
Wow. How are you, Meemaw? You look great. I'm Damon Darling. Nice to meet you. Yeah, 9 years sober from all drugs and caffeine products. Yeah, any kind of mind-altering supplement. Yeah. I just wanted to compliment you on your hair. I really like your hair. That ain't freaking you out or anything like that, is it, Bo? Oh, okay. If you want me to get out of here, I'll just keep it moving. I am safe, though. I'm not a felony brother or anything like that, Bo. Oh, do you? Wow. Thank you for your service. Yeah. Believe it or not, that is a service. You know, them kids are, they're hard to deal with. Yeah. Yeah. Things like that.
Wow.
You doing okay financially? Oh, okay, because I got a big old knot. I don't know what to do with it. You need some help? Or? Okay. Just trying to do... Yeah, I have success guilt, so I just try to do things kind for people, and kind of helps me feel a little better about all the things that I have, and because my cup is overflowing, so. Yeah, things like that, Bo. Well, I guess I better just get to the point. Do you want my number, or? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Didn't offend you, did I? Oh, okay, things like that, Bo. Oh, that don't bother me. You don't look it, so that don't matter, you know? Love you.
If you have an intention, you take a pencil, you write it down, you're actually doing something physical, tactile, then you read it silently, then you read it aloud, then you visualize that, and you do that over and over and over again. What that will do is then embed that into your subconscious. And then these different cognitive brain networks get activated.
Now, can we unpack that just a minute?
Sure.
Because everyone that listens to this loves to make sure that they just got the instructions from you, Dr. Doty, because I'm like hanging on every word. And so there were a couple steps to that, because you had the physical pencil, you had the act of writing, you had this moment where, if you're watching on YouTube, you saw it, but if you're listening, let me describe it. He sat back in his chair, he put his hands kind of in prayer at his chest, closed his eyes, and he started talking about repeating the thought. Is that the chain of events that you do to encode it in your mind?
Yes, absolutely.
So what is, will you walk us through it one more time?
Yeah, so again, what you want to do is to use all of your sensory organs as much as possible to embed that intention. So by writing it down, by reading it aloud, by reading it silently, by visualizing it, that creates the process where this gets embedded and into your subconscious. And what happens is once you get this embedded, it activates different parts of your brain. And without getting too technical, I'll just mention 4 of them. One is something called the default mode network. This is what happens when your mind wanders or you're daydreaming. And it's self-referential because it's internally focused, but it's where you create the narrative of who you are or what you want.
So if you have negative self-talk, if you ruminate, if you are like, I'm never good enough, nothing works out for me, things like that don't happen to a person like me, I can never get it right. That is in the default mode network.
Absolutely. And that gets really activated and results in rumination for some people.
Can I ask you another question? Because one of the things that you said at the very, very beginning is you painted this gorgeous picture of the ability to leverage the remarkable power of your brain to help you get what you truly desire in life, to help you live in heart mode. And you said it's just about believing it. And part of the reason why we have trouble believing it is because of the default mode network and all of these stories you've repeated over and over and over again. Is that fair to say?
No, that's exactly correct.
And we can reprogram, or we can lay down a new track?
Oh, absolutely. And it's available 24/7, and it doesn't matter what's happened to you before. You know, so many people get fixated, well, I don't deserve this because of. We all deserve it.
Exactly.
So once this gets embedded and you create the narrative of who you want to be or how you see yourself, what you're doing is you're creating salience. Okay?
What's that word mean?
It means making it important. Okay? Once something is important, this activates what we call our task positive network. And the task positive network has 3 parts. It has the salience network, it has the attention network, and then it has the executive control network. And once something is salient, what you're basically saying is, this deserves my attention. And by doing it in a very specific way, then that becomes important to you. That gets embedded into your subconscious as something to pay attention to. Once that is defined as something important to you, then that activates your attention network, so that then you cognitively focus your attention on whatever that intention is.
Okay.
Once those are activated, and I use the analogy in the book, it's as if you have a file cabinet and you put this file into the file cabinet that says important stuff. And once that is there, then the attention network is activated, which is, as an example, a bloodhound. That is, says, okay, now there's something there. I need to track this down and figure out what's going on here. Then you activate the bloodhound, and then that gets released. And then once that attention is focused, then it starts looking around through all the possibilities in your environment. And as soon as it identifies one, then your executive control network is activated, which in some ways is the thing that chases down what is in your subconscious. This is how it works. There is no magic here. This is fundamentally basic neuroscience, and it's something that we all have the ability to master by just doing these techniques whereby you are able to embed your intention, you do it over and over. And it's not as if one and done. And what I mean by that is some people wake up, and this is like a New Year's resolution. I'm going to do this January 1st. And then January 1st comes and you already fail the first day. You have to not have excessive expectations at first. What I mean by that is these are based on habit. What happens with habit? You start small. You don't sit there and say, I'm going to lose 100 pounds in the next month. You say, I'm going to try to modify my diet where I'm not drinking sodas. That's the first little one. And each of these little wins strengthens you to actually then do the big thing ultimately. So you don't start by running a marathon on day one. You start by getting up out of bed and walking around the block.
I gotta check this out. It's on Spotify? Oh yeah, I gotta check that out. I ain't talking some real. Oh no.
Well, you know, the catchphrase, what that was all about, the revolution will not be televised.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna skip this Just because it might be copyright. All right, so let's get that. Hey, no hard feelings.
This lady done robbed a whole church, y'all. Check this out.
Do me a favor, just a simple favor. Can I get about 10 of you to bring me $20? Just 10 of you. $20 that you don't need. Because we're not going to give it back to you. But just run up and when you come and say, is that all? That's what I want you to say. That's it. Yeah. Is that all? Come on. Say, I wanted to get more. You only asked for 20. Say, is that all? Is that all? I'm sorry to insult. Hey. I'm sorry to insult you all for just asking for 20. I want to show you something. 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 I want to show you something.
Show what?
I want to show you something.
So what?
Can I get another 10 of you just to bring $100?
100? That's a band. She done made a band in 3 minutes.
I don't hear, is that all? Yeah, because I'm insulting you, right?
This lady done got over a band in less than a minute 40, 2 minutes, yo. What the fuck, bro? And these people literally willingly, just because she's a pastor, went up there and gave their money to her without even knowing why the fuck she was doing what she was doing. And she even said, y'all not getting the money back. Oh, man, bro. These pastors, bro. TD Jakes, bro. Who the fuck else? Bro, all these niggas some phonies, bro. All these niggas just want y'all money, bro. Real spill. Like, what the fuck? These people are dumb for doing that. Oh, hell no. Let me know what y'all think about this video.
That's
in
crazy.
the comments. Besides that, thank y'all for
She
supporting.
didn't give you a laugh or nothing. Like, wow, that's messed up. I ain't gonna lie, man. Them preachers be out there fooling everybody, making money off of God name. That's crazy to me, dog.
Currently, the planet is rapidly terraforming and we are upgrading. We're going from a 666 carbon body formula to a crystalline body. We are going from 2-strand DNA to 12-strand DNA. And not only are we upgrading, the whole planet is going through this terraforming process. If you pay attention to the cosmos, there's a lot of solar activity going on. A lot of peculiar activity. We've been hit with geomagnetic storms left and right. The UV index has substantially increased. And the magnetosphere of the planet is continuously decreasing. This is why they spray in the sky more and more. Promise it's only a matter of time before we start seeing the aurora borealis, before we start seeing this green Ethereum energy engulf the planet. I have been trying to prepare you. I told you to get your Shilajit to strengthen your 5 melanins, reverse your aging, and add 85 additional trace minerals to you that's going to actually make it beneficial for you to receive those ionized particles. I have been telling you, get your Shilajit. I also recommend tons of green chlorophyll to remove the heavy metals out of your body. Heavy metals is generally why you can't absorb the sun, why those ionized particles have a bearing on your body and you feel lethargic as soon as you step out in the elements. This is primarily why. Aluminum, arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury. Some of these metals in our body have adverse effects to the 5G radiation that they emit. This is why you must detox and cleanse your pineal gland in order to activate and ensure that you can successfully receive light code activation. Our neuromelanin is rapidly changing. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical tools for spiritual exploration, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension. And the sun is definitely transforming us. I know there's a lot of talk about the sun potentially being fake. There's a lot of that. That's a psyop. That's to basically keep you out of the sun so it doesn't upgrade you, so it doesn't go through the transformation process. All right, so that's technology, all right? And even if there is some artificial suns out there, trust and believe our black sun has converged with our sun. So yes, these villages may have an artificial sun out there. I'm not saying that they don't, but please believe that our cosmic sun definitely has reemerged, and there's going to be a difference. They can't stop what's inevitable, okay? So forget all the talk about the sun being fake. Get your ass out of nature, take your shoes off ground, get next to the trees, and reap the benefits of these ionized particles that are transforming us. Peace, love, and light to everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We are now about to lock this nigga up in the jungle for the rest of his life. There's no way
That's so
that you
nasty,
sat
man.
over here and made go ahead and rice today. That's not what you're doing, and that's not what
Crazy.
we now about. We not about to allow this up under this new presidency we got going on right here. Cause y'all niggas look at him spreading this motherfucking buttery. He buttering the top, gravy in the bitch up. Oh man, I know that's probably the noise that goat made. His mama made that noise. I know he choked that nigga out before he killed him. Okay, see
Ooh.
right here?
Yeah,
Jump
digging the
50
nose. Like, come
years.
on, man.
Sahara Desert.
Nah, give him
Drop
100.
his ass off in the in malaria, Malaysia, Mastasia, wherever, Narnia. I don't give
Just
a fuck. Hurry
nasty,
up, drop
man.
this
Just
nigga off, man.
nasty.
Take him up out that house. Where's them people at? Ain't no people supposed. Ain't no task force for this shit. And look at this, man. Hurry up and get. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to lock this nigga.
Okay. Let's be real. Who's eating a goat head? Please let me know, cause some is like, come on, man. It's not food. The food don't be that good, man. It don't. It doesn't. Really. It just be the seasoning, man. That's what it be. That's what people be losing. It be the seasoning. Cause this is diabolical. I said it. That's nasty. You don't need to be doing this. You is not that hungry, man. Then again, he might be that hungry, right? Like, damn. A goat head, though? A goat head?
My cancer is called cruciferous vegetables, and I want to explain to you why I still eat them. Cruciferous vegetables activate the NRF2 protein inside the cell and turn on these longevity genes that help you to protect every organ in the body and every tissue against chronic disease. But it is usually bound to our cell membrane until it is activated by caloric deficit, which is intermittent fasting, or plant foods, like this right here. So this NRF2 protein might be the master regulator of the aging process because it activates more than 200 genes that are critical in the metabolism of toxins and drugs while playing a role against inflammation and oxidative stress. The most powerful plant activators of this NRF2 protein and regulators in the aging process is the veggies that you seen earlier, along with mustard greens, bok choy, and collard greens. I'm gonna tell y'all something, collard greens has a phytonutrient profile that is ridiculous, that may be the most effective at reducing cardiovascular disease and cancer. Now, if you have low thyroid function, hypothyroidism, then you definitely want to cook these first. You would steam or blanch them. Those are the best ways. I do roast and bake these, but you don't want to have it raw. If you're 100% alkaline, it's all good. My research is always ongoing, but I'm not a fan of limiting beliefs or forming opinions in which we give weight to the facts that fit our belief system. I did that already with other things outside of food, with dismissing things that didn't fit my belief system, and it held me back as far as growth as a person. So another thing you want to know is the more colorful a fruit or vegetable, the richer it is in phytonutrients. And wild dandelion has 7 times more nutrients than spinach, and a purple potato has 30 times more.
Wait. You didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do all that. Now, that was crazy. She hitting us with the spinach and stuff. Come on.
Cancer-fighting anthocyanins than a white potato.
Stop hitting us. What is wrong with her? She just hitting the camera. Yo. Dang. She like, you gonna eat these vegetables? Yo, no. She like, you gonna eat these vegetables.
Is not for them to be unreasonable and to make themselves crazy over the things that they're eating. We put up a video today showing about being in the supermarket. It was particularly Whole Foods, and people were complaining about this is not seedless and that. And so we have what's called cuties, like some tangerines, right? It's just something that I like to do, and we're making a big deal out of these things. And I would say that a lot of the worry and a lot of the maniacal behavior behind food is a little bit much. It's making you sick. These are tangerines. That's all they are. They're just tangerines. Should you go crazy about eating these? No, because you would rather have those than a Snickers or than a candy bar. I don't want to implicate the Snickers brand, but the point is that eating that is better than hyena souffle. Eating that is better than walrus casserole. So you're not going to be perfect. Everything in these stores is GMO. If you're not growing it, you don't know. Even though it has an organic or natural label, you don't have the proof, because most things are for commercial production. It's all commercialized, and when it's commercialized, the value typically goes down. So don't make yourself crazy. Enjoy life still. Just stay closer to nature when you're choosing your foods. What I'm asking people to do with their nutrition is not for them to be
So today we about to discuss astral projection, as well as lucid dreaming, remote viewing, and how marijuana can affect it. Now, we go into a state of what's called REM sleep, okay, during astral projection or lucid dreaming. REM basically means rapid eye movement, okay? And typically with REM sleep, when you in those stages of trying to actually go into your astral projection or lucid dreaming experiences, THC disrupts REM sleep, okay? It holds people in a deep stage, okay? And REM sleep happens in a light stage. So if you smoke nightly, you go into what's called REM rebound. Picture you see right here is a herb referred to as blue lotus, okay? It's an Egyptian flower that our ancestors used to actually gain access to the astral ethers, okay? It helped in detoxifying the pineal gland and allowed them to relax and actually receive more REM or rapid eye movement, okay? Another good herb is mugwort. Mugwort is another one. If you see right here, magical uses, clairvoyance, psychic dreams, astral projection, protection, cleansing, and empower divination tools. I mean, mugwort is very good. You can actually make it into a tea. You can even place a little bit in a satchel underneath your pillow, okay? And it would also increase rapid eye movement. This other herb is what's referred to as haritaki, okay? Shout out to Brother Yosef. He one of the first I ever heard of mentioning haritaki. And Buddha. If you see Buddha's actually holding the haritaki, okay? It's very good for decalcifying the third eye, and I really recommend it. Now, I love my bud, okay? I smoke as well. I smoke nightly. And it's not impossible to have an astral projection experience or a lucid dream. So for all those that say, oh, well, I dream as well, you will have more if you didn't smoke. If you didn't smoke, you would get more rapid eye movement because, THC is known to put you in a deep state. And obviously, REM sleep is when you have to be in a light state. And again, that's when you get rapid eye movement. And as far as the third eye, I always recommend sun gazing too. You ever, when you're in your dream and you kind of can see, you can go in a void where your dreams be a little hazy or they be very vivid. That is contingent on the amount of solar energy or photon energy you allow your third eye to facilitate. A lot of the elites and these global elites, these governments, they put blue lights everywhere. The blue light is designed to affect the third eye in a negative way. If you work at an office job, or if you are on your computer, or if you're on your phone, that blue light affects the third eye. So I also recommend sun gazing. Getting as much sun gazing in as possible, because that also creates more photon energy for the pineal gland to absorb, thus giving you more vivid, clearer dreams when you are going into your astral state or your lucid dreaming. So today we about to discuss
that your true classroom is what, family? Nature. It's not a man. It's not a book. Your true classroom is nature. Go into nature. Let nature be your mirror, for you can look at your perfect self because you mirror nature, and then you will be able to see the true God in you, because the reflection of the divine creator is nature in you, because you are a part of nature. Yes, you are a part of nature, family. That your true classroom is what, family? Nature. It's not a man. It's not a book. Your true classroom is nature.
Nebuchadnezzar had to come back to get us anyway. Different civilizations and galaxies when you start getting into the Galactic Federation.
Why did they destroy all the bells after World War II? Because if you sit in a bell and someone hits it and it begins to resonate, you can begin to heal like that. Because sound frequency instantaneously heals the body. Similar to chanting. If you any sound effect will begin to instantly structure all the body at the same time. That's what used to happen in the cathedrals. They would ring the bells, or they would play the pipe organs, and all of the cells in the body would instantaneously become structured, which would instantly heal them. But they had to get rid of the pipe organs, which are made from lead, which is interesting, and they had to get rid of the bells, because both of those can heal people. Now imagine if a bell of the size was ringing in a cathedral. Now imagine the frequency that would come out of the cathedral into the town. You could heal the entire town instantaneously just by ringing the bell in the cathedral. That's why they had to get rid of them. They had to break all those bells. All the bells you ever look up. Just type in like bell in whatever country or city you're in, and notice how all the bells have a crack in them and they're broken. I wonder why that is. And people would say, oh, it's a conspiracy and it's just made up. No, there's intention. There's intention to get rid of these things so that we're dependent on a sick care system. Why did they destroy all the bells after World War II?
They're trying to cancel him for exposing the truth about mushrooms. Watch this next clip very carefully because you might not hear this information anywhere else.
Hi there. This may be the first smart mushroom. This
Smart
mushroom contains
mushroom.
a unique group of compounds called arenacenes and hericenones. These regenerate myelin on the axons. And the reason why I say it may be the first smart mushroom is recent research shows that this mushroom helps people fight cognitive dysfunction, and I think we all need to maintain our wits, especially as we get older. And I think we can all benefit from being a little bit more intelligent than we are.
So this right here is called lion's mane, also known as the smart mushroom, and it literally looks like a brain. And lion's mane has been studied for centuries on how it increases neurogenesis, which means that it creates new brain cells. There's a reason why they call it a smart mushroom, because it improves cognitive function, mental clarity, brain fog, and most importantly, short-term memory. So I've been taking this for 3 weeks now, and you could definitely see the difference, especially if you have ADD like I do. I just feel more sharp, I don't easily get distracted, and it definitely helped with my short-term memory. And when I found out about all the benefits of lion's mane, and especially that it's brain related, I wanted to make sure that I found the best quality lion's mane out there. And I found this brand by Micro Ingredients. Their lion's mane is USDA organic, non-GMO, and no fillers in here. And I love the fact that they're so cheap. You could get 300 servings. This bag could last you for almost a year, and you could get it cheaper than a Chipotle meal. So if you want to get it, I'm gonna link it right here for you. They're trying to cancel him for exposing the truth about.
So the programs that you get for the first 7 years are not yours. They came from other people, and they pass that on to you. But the problem is, it's not just the previous generation, the generation before, the generation before, so we pass down through the family. Here's the problem, big time. Science has found that 95% of our life we're thinking. When the conscious mind is thinking, it's not paying attention. When the conscious mind is not paying attention, the subconscious program is the default. Well, if you understand that, then it says only 5% of the time you're running your life with your creative mind, the wishes and the desires and what you want. 5%, 95% of your life is coming from the program. Yeah, but the program is not your wishes and desires, it's other people's behavior. 95% of the day you are playing programs that psychologists tell us are limiting, disempowering, self-sabotaging. All of us, every one of us, every day, plays programs that we don't see, and they're not ours. All we see is the result. And we go, oh my goodness, this is not what I wanted. Yeah, but this is what you created. So the programs that you get.
I'll die an Indian, and that's it. I don't care what my complexion is. It doesn't matter. My kids are Indian, and I'm Indian.
So are you telling me, sir, that you are not African? You don't have no African blood or nothing?
I have no I don't know what my daddy was. He raped my mother, I guess. He stole a piece from her because she was pretty. Oh, incidentally, my mother was very fair, almost white, blue veins, red hair. but she still was a Cherokee Indian. She had no white in her at all. She's part of the nation.
Baby, God himself must have made this blender, because ain't no way. Y'all always asking me, Amelia, what kind of blender is that? The way it be crushing them jollies? Well, get into it. It's a Ninja Professional Plus with Auto IQ, which is a modern design and has more functionality than the original Ninja. And the total crushing blades give you perfect jollies. So imagine your ice for your smoothies and your drinks. And it got 1,400 peak watts of power, professional power at that. It came with a 72-ounce pitcher that we use for large batches of jollies, and it also came with a smaller 64-ounce container that I normally use for like puree or like chopped seasonings or something like that, which is perfect because it's interchangeable. And it also came with a single-serve cup with a little spout on it. So if you want to do like a little smoothie, you know what I'm saying, just to run out the door with it, you got it. And I also timed this thing, y'all. It's crushing these Jolly Ranchers in less than 10 seconds. Y'all get into this. And y'all already know where you can find this at. The orange shopping cart down below, baby. I've been using this thing for literally a little over a year, and it has not failed me yet, and the blades is still sharp. Stop playing, get y'all one. Perfect for the holidays, because who chopping seasoning? Baby, God himself must have made this blender, because ain't no...
So the programs
Give a nigga a break.
What?
Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break.
White folks, how y'all feel about that one right there? We should get that to
Give
the
a
top of the
nigga a
charts.
break.
We should go ahead and put that motherfucker on the billboard.
Yeah.
Give a nigga a break.
For real, we need
Give a
break.
nigga a break.
Exactly.
We could play that shit at the halftime game. Could you come on, man?
Give a nigga a
Come on
break.
now, white folk. Come on now. I know we could get that motherfucker on the radio. Come on now. one of y'all know somebody. Let's go ahead and give a nigga a break.
Exactly.
Give a nigga a break.
Right.
Give a nigga a break.
We need that. We definitely need that one. I ain't gonna lie.
I can keep trying.
Yes.
I'm grateful.
Yes.
Right.
Help others.
Yes.
Yes.
I be kind.
Yes.
I be respectful.
Yes.
I be responsible.
Condas Crispus. Yes.
Dad, is it snowing? What is it, sweetie? Oh, sweetie, you got up. You want to play? For your own you sweetie. I can keep trying.
Yes.
These
That's
people
right.
claim they have actual artifacts from Noah's Ark and proof of giants.
Check this out, y'all.
About giants. Yes, giants. So we're going to start off really big. How's that sound? Here's the biggest thing I've got. This is from an 18-foot person. Estimated.
18
Big toe bone.
foot.
There it is. This part. The very end, big toe bone. It's been x-rayed, and this person had broke their toe bone, and then it healed up. This is from an 18-foot person.
We were out at, we were in Turkey, and we were out at the village where we believed Noah's house to be. And years ago, they had dug up a grave that we believe was White's grave. Just looking around where the hole for her grave was, where they had dug it up, and we found some bones. And these bones here have been identified by a radiologist and a couple of physicians. None of them want to put their name on their statement, but here is what they told us we have. We have a human finger with a touch of arthritis, and this is the finger. This is this part of the
That's
finger.
a huge hand. Thanks for watching, y'all. As always, stay weird.
This.
These people claim they have actual artifacts from Noah's Ark.
Begin with that breaking headline today, a Michigan doctor sentenced, being called a monster. A day of reckoning for the doctor who diagnosed hundreds of patients with cancer when they did not have it. Outside the court, the tears and anger. He lied to so many patients, giving many of them extensive chemotherapy, which then made them sick. So many of those families today coming face to face with the doctor as he was sentenced to 45 years behind bars. And you're about to hear what the doctor said to those families. ABC's Ron Claiborne leads us off.
Judgment Day for the doctor who caused so much pain. Victims of Dr. Fareed Fatah outside the courtroom where he was sentenced, hand in hand, then defiant.
45 years for the lives that he took. It just wasn't enough.
In court, the 50-year-old doctor breaking down, saying, I misused my talents, yes, and permitted this sin to enter me because of power and greed.
I'm not laughing at this, bro. It's just the people that they be interviewing. It just be making me laugh. It just be so random. Like, what? So random.
But
My
those
bad,
words,
then.
no comfort for Cheryl Blades.
I could hear him talking to my mother because I went to every appointment. So I could hear him talking to her and promising her to save her.
In all, Fatah pleaded guilty to intentionally misdiagnosing more than 550 patients, often prescribing treatment for cancer that they did not have. He earned more than $17 million as a
No.
Dr. Fatah pounced on every opportunity to use a patient's body as a profit center.
One of the patients,
Hey, he deserved to go to jail. He got hurting people.
53-year-old Monica Flagg.
Stressful. It was extremely emotional.
We begin with that breaking headline.
That's messed up. What? Somebody said, nah, he need a little something more than 45 years. That's sad, man. He out here messing up with these folks.
Did y'all know in Brazil there was a couple that planted 2 million trees in 20 years, recreating a forest? This is the before picture in 2001, and this is the after picture in 2019. And this is the perfect example of using your free will to do what God had you on this earth to do.
Indeed.
Which is to make everything better. Yeah, they planted more than 2 million trees over the course of 20 years in an effort to resurrect the subtropic paradise existed on Sebastian's family property when he was a child. He goes along to say that the land was sick as he was and everything around him was destroyed. So then he decided to plant over 290 different species of trees to repopulate the forest. And that just make me sit back and think though, if these two people can do this right here, turn this desert land into a plush forest, just imagine if we all came together as a collective and started to replenish some of these forests that humans done damaged. Now that's something to think about. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Sebastian's family creating a whole new forest in 20 years in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if you want that exclusive content. Stay tapped in. Did y'all?
Fucking hell.
See, this is the type of stuff like you really don't even want to ever try, and they doing that. See, like, I'm not doing that. You got me messed. I don't care. I'm not doing that. Nope. I might do something like that. It's some water. At least I was learning some water. See, I can do something like that. I'll be able to do something like that. For sure.
Yeah. Oh.
Nah.
Meu Deus do céu, que coisa ali. Ó, não rela aqui não, que é elétrico, viu? Ô, gente.
That's cool.
Ai, não briguem. Oh, meu Deus. Toma. Todo mundo.
Let's really discuss the deeper meaning behind why love prevails overall, all right? I'm gonna really unpack some things today, so just really take a seat and listen to this. Now, what you see right here in this picture depiction is referred to as the archons, all right? The Gnostics believe that these are entities that actually persuade our thought patterns, all right? Now, we only see 1% of the light photon spectrum. So there's entities that are consistently around us that we have no ability of seeing within our visual spectrum. These entities thrive on fear, anxiety, anger, grief, sadness, all your low frequency vibrations. These entities actually consume it as sustenance. It's actually their food. There's an extraterrestrial faction referred to as the Hidden Hand, okay? They are descendants from Enlil. Some may refer to them as the Eternals. They don't die, all right? They live for centuries and centuries, meaning that you can see one that's 500 years old and it appears to not have aged in this third dimensional construct. Someone say, oh, why they don't age? The reason why they don't age is because they consume fear, guilt, grief, anxiety. So they're consistently maintaining sustenance on this planet, and that's primarily why we're in a level zero civilization. Why our civilization hasn't prospered to even a level 1 civilization yet. We're very primitive on this planet. This is why they promote separation. This is why we're separated by race, sex, financial status. We're separated by so many different things, and they want to keep us separated. They don't want us to unify. They actually want love to be the last thing that we actually go towards. They want that to be the last thing they go towards, because unfortunately any form of guilt, grief, anxiety, stress, or strife gives them sustenance, okay? They thrive and eat off of that. So you have to remember, these hidden factions, these secret organizations, these Luciferian societies, they don't want you to promote love. They can't exist in a planet that vibrates on a certain frequency.
No,
Once the frequency gets too high for them, they have to leave. They have to leave, unfortunately. So what you have to do is we have to raise the frequency of the planet, and that's why love is the highest frequency, okay? Remember, again, we only see 1% of the light photon spectrum. A lot of times when you aggravated, somebody's stressing you out, it could be an archon right there, saying, yeah, do this, do that, saying little things that telepathically you pick up, and you may deny it, because our higher mind knows that these things exist, but our ego-based mind, our ego-driven mind is stuck in this third dimensional construct, is unaware, and plus a victim of indoctrination. So we tend to fall to the loops of these archons, and they also been here for centuries, so they studied the humans and they exactly know how we work. So we have to really operate in love in order to defeat these malevolent beings.
Yeah, what you're not gonna do is what you're doing me to death. Yeah, we are not doing that. Yeah, you need to be more intentional with your approach. Okay, I am in my soft era, and you need to abide by that.
I just met you. I
know this, so I gotta teach you how to date me. First of all, instead of texting what you doing, you need to be texting over reservations.
Why are you yelling? Why?
Because you don't know your fault. It's low vibrational, and you are not a traditional man. I need to see some flight numbers or some cash app receipts. Hang up and start over again.
Are you serious?
The toilet
man?
snorkel was placed in the water, extending through the bend in the pipe to access this air. This would be helpful during a house fire when toxic smoke filled the air. The water in the toilet blocks harmful gases, leaving fresher air trapped inside. By sticking a snorkel through the water, you could reach this air and breathe while waiting for help. The device patent even had a filter to keep sewer gases away, although it was never actually sold. The toilet snorkel was placed in the water,
We hide sea oils and everything and convince people that butter and steak cause the problems. That's right.
I can get healthy eating fruits, right?
Certain bananas, but I don't recommend that one.
Why not?
That's what's called a Cavendish banana. So that's what people call the normal banana.
Yeah.
The normal banana in the schools and 7-Eleven and all that.
Yeah.
That is a clone. You can look it up. It's a clone. Every single one's the same. It's genetically modified. That's going to cause mucus in your body, right? So with that being said,
It's not that you can't have bananas.
Yeah.
You need the right bananas.
Yeah.
You need burro bananas and baby bananas.
Yeah.
Those are great substitutes. So the burro banana actually tastes more like a potato because potatoes are not good either. So you can use the burro banana to make mashed potatoes and things like that. The baby banana tastes identical to that. It's just smaller.
Yeah.
Good rule of thumb, if you see the original version of something was small, and now there's a newer version and it's 3 times the size, there's a reason. There's a reason for that.
I can get healthy eating fruit.
Do you trust your man around other women?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you trust other women around your man?
No. No.
If women don't even trust other women, why would they expect a man to trust women?
That's a good point. That's a good point, actually.
I just feel like women do it because they're insecure, so they want to see like if the guy will leave their girlfriend for them.
Do you trust your man around other women?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you trust other women around?
Sex is sacred energy exchange. Your DNA and energy is exchanged, creating an emotional bond on the astral plane, which connects your soul with their soul, their emotions with your emotions. Don't have sex with just anyone. Their trauma and emotions can affect you. Sex is a sacred ritual which invokes a soul into the physical world, because the woman holds a portal and the man holds the key to open the portal from the astral into the physical plane. Performing sex with a negative mindset will invoke a negative soul. You must perform the ritual properly. Don't waste your sexual energy. This energy creates a human life. Transmute it to create something else. You shouldn't release unless you're making a baby. Releasing is making you mineral deficient and flooding your brain with dopamine, which is the brain's reward system. Releasing is tricking yourself that you've achieved something. This is why you have no drive, no passion, no energy, because you're tricking your brain that you've achieved something already. Women store DNA from every man they've made love with, which could even affect their offspring. In order for creation, there must be destruction. A woman goes through pain to give birth to a beautiful child. Every time you release, you're killing your creativity, your drive. Don't have sex with just anyone, and don't release your fluids. Mineral deficiency is linked to balding.
Here's how the matrix works. So, reality, we humans see it in 3D. We have up, down, left, right, and then we use time as a fourth spatial dimension. Reality, the surface, is actually two-dimensional. That's why we say the universe is like a hologram. Actually, everything is on a two-dimensional surface being projected from a three-dimensional sphere. That's how we see our world. But true nature of reality is 2D. Now you are here, but you are not here. How can that be? Well, look at it this way. You're the observer observing the observed. Interesting. Let me break it down. Look at it like a video game. You are here as an avatar. Outside of the game is the player, the higher self. People may call it God, universe, higher power, divine being, source energy, but it exists outside. It communicates to you and sends information which gets downloaded to your unconscious, which you process and use in the matrix. So it's outside giving you information within the matrix. It's like a movie. You're the star, the actor, the director. So look at it this way. The director, higher self behind the scenes directing you, the actor or actress. See, you have two different versions. Now, what's so special about this matrix? Well, it is not truly material. It's actually immaterial. We actually live in an immaterial world. That's right. According to quantum physics, we are basically nothing. 99% empty space. Then we break that down. We find we are strings. Got string theory. We have muons, gluons with these particles that are very transparent, and we become nothing. So there's something projecting this nothing to us. What is that? Again, higher self. You can call it God. Next point, your brain. It's the receiver. It's like a television. You know, the TV has the receiver to fix the pixels. Everything is pixelated. But here's what you need to know about the matrix. You can escape the matrix. What I mean by that, you can escape the program. See, the matrix also programs you through the media, social stuff, religion, government, and it all goes to your unconscious mind. So you have to become aware to not be programmed. So you can be in the game, but not be really part of the game. And the secret is master the game. When you master the game, that means you become aware, you become enlightened, you become spiritual. Now you use your higher self, your intuition, your gifts and abilities, and it will make you very successful in achieving your goal. Here's how the matrix works. So, reality, we humans see it in 3D.
If a woman is obese, but she exercises every day, she will outlive the normal weight woman who doesn't exercise. If a man smokes and he has high blood cholesterol, has high hypertension, but he exercises, he will outlive the man who doesn't have any of those problems who doesn't exercise. If you don't exercise, you're going to die sooner. For every hour you exercise, you will live 3 hours longer. It's the Harvard alumni study.
I want to get up right now.
If a woman is obese.
Pick up order for Uber Eats. Uber Eats. All right.
Shit, I'm not here. Congratulations on your 100th birthday.
Oh, yeah. That was 3 weeks ago.
Now, I understand you went to Universal Studios yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And you know, the wind was terrible.
Oh, okay.
I had a skirt on, and the wind was just blowing it like that. And I was hanging on to my hat. And a kid came up and he says, lady, he says, you better stop hanging on to your hat and pull your dress down. You're showing everything you got. And I said, I don't care. What they see down there is 100 years old. This is a brand new hat.
For what?
Tired of being lied to. This is grass-fed cows. I didn't know y'all was putting them in headlocks and dumping the grass on their head. I don't know why. The extra $4 I spend for the grass-fed cow beef, in my head, I thought they had hotels. I thought they had a little maid. I thought they was roaming around grass, living their best life, and y'all got them in the same conditions. Y'all told me they get to roam out there, because then they don't be stressed out and the meat's going to be higher quality. But they just as stressed out. Hey, put your head in the middle. We going to dump your lunch on your head. You know how stressed out I'll be if you threw my Chipotle burrito in the back of my head? You know how mad I'd be at that? Like, I'm tired. The whole food industry, especially in America, is a damn scam. The hell? So rude. Whoever farm this is, let me dump your plate of breakfast on top of your head like this and see if you feel less stressed out for the day with your dumb ass. Tired of being lied to. This is grass.
You need to get the fuck out of your hometown. Environment is everything. You know, you want to be in an environment where you can grow. And I think a lot of people, like the hometown heroes, you know, they stay comfortable. And so they don't grow as a result. They're known by everyone. They don't know what it feels like to be unknown, actually, and how to rebuild their life in a place where no one knows them and they have to relearn everything. I mean, that type of adversity, that type of challenge is what's going to help you go to the next level. I think you have to be in an environment that is going to inspire you to go to the next level. And one of the best things that I've ever done, and I think a key for me, is I've actually moved around a lot in my lifetime. I was born in Sweden and I went to a lot of different schools, and as a result of that, nobody ever knew me, so I always had to like rebuild myself, get to know people, introduce myself. I had to deal with a lot of different things growing up, like bullying and getting made fun of, and so I built a lot of resilience, and I also was not shy of moving. And so I would say a lot of people just stay where they were born, they stay where they went to high school and they graduated. I would say environment is everything, is the key to growing. And so if you aren't growing, you might want to make a move. You need to get the fuck out of your home.
That's what it's
you know
about.
Alchemical sexual alchemy? There's 33 vertebrates in your spine. There's 33 years in the life of Jesus. Substance that comes from your medulla, which is basically completely looks like the Ark of the Covenant, has angel's wings around it. This substance comes from your medulla, makes the trip down your spine to your sacrum, which is Christ coming down into human form. Yeah. And if you don't squander that essence, that sexual essence, it ascends again and goes back up to heaven, which is your thing. It's also the story of Santa Claus. Why he comes down the chimney is because this juice or this whatever substance actually passes what's called the claustrum, which is where they got Santa Claus. So it goes down the chimney and back up the chimney.
You have right now 150 milliliters of cerebrospinal fluid in your body. It turns over 3 to 4 times a day, and on average you make about 450 to 600 milliliters of cerebrospinal fluid a day. Our entire nervous system, brain and spine, is floating in and being bathed by the cerebrospinal fluid. From this image you can see how it bathes the entire outside of the brain, as well as the spaces inside, and the entire outside of the spinal cord.
The claustrum is sitting right there in the middle of the head, virtually. From the claustrum there is a secretion, brain fluid. And this fluid is an oil. And in ancient times, this fluid was called, in Greek, it's called Christos. It's called the Christ. It's this beautiful fluid which comes from the cerebrum down the spinal cord. It goes down the spinal cord and it reaches the sacral plexus, right next door to the sacrum, which are the 5 second bottommost fused vertebrae bones at the bottom of the spinal column. Now, the claustrum is otherwise known as the holy claustrum, simply because of this beautiful oil, this Christos, that is produced and secreted. You see, the word secret comes from secretion, because this secretion is a secret. And the sacrum is the sacred part of the secret. As the secretion pours down the spinal cord and reaches the sacrum, this is the marvelous way in which our body has been designed. And the spinal cord is basically just an extension of the brain. It also does thinking. You see, because this fluid that goes down to the sacred plexus is a sacred fluid. And this is where the story of Santa Claus bringing presents down the chimney comes from. It's a story of physiology, and the Bible is a beautiful manual of physiological regeneration. What happens with this fluid is that every month when the moon is in the sign where your sun was when you were born, every month there is a germ or a seed planted in the solar plexus, which is just above the sacral plexus. And that germ is the oil, the Christ, which is born in Bethlehem. Because the the solar plexus is otherwise known as Bethlehem, where the seed, where the Christ is born. And that seed, that oil, needs to return whence it came, in the midbrain. You see, as the oil ascends the spinal cord, the vibration of the oil of the Christ increases. And you see, first of all, the oil is differentiated in the pineal gland and the pituitary gland before it is sent down the spinal cord. And the pineal gland is the electric portion, and the pituitary gland is the magnetic portion. So the oil is differentiated and it is brought down the spinal cord via the Pingala and the Ida nerves. These are what is otherwise known as the Kundalini and the Kundabhatha. So it arrives at the sacral plexus and awaits for the germinating of the seed once a month, 12 times a year. And if we are able to transmute that seed and cause it to rise, as it rises in the spinal cord, it eventually reaches the medulla oblongata and the pons and the midbrain, and it crosses the vagus nerve, otherwise known as the pneumogastric nerve. It's a nerve which descends from the brain area, from the pineal and pituitary glands respectively, and it feeds the lungs and the stomach. It's a network of nerves. And this network of nerves is called the tree of life. And you see, the ancients knew that this seed that is born in Bethlehem once a month is the Christ. And that if one were to abstain from sex during that period, that oil and seed would be saved, and it would rise, and it would burst through the heart chakra, through the throat chakra, and eventually the oil would arrive with its higher vibration, because you see at the bottom, the oil has a very low vibratory rate, whereas with proper practices, meditation, breathing, good eating, and good peaceful behavior, one is able to raise that Christ, that oil, so that it crosses the vagus nerve at the top of the spinal column, the 33 vertebrae of the spinal column. You see, because the Christ is crucified at 33 years of age. When the oil arrives at the very, very top, there awaiting is the optic thalamus.
Do you know about alchemical sexual alchemy?
The universe doesn't have a mind of its own. You're in charge. The universe is unconditionally supportive. Unconditionally. So if you say this is going to be difficult, the universe says, okay, it's going to be difficult. I will support you in that belief. If you say this is going to be fun, the universe is also going to say, okay, it's going to be fun, and I will support you in that belief. We don't understand that we're the ones that give meaning to life. Yeah. Life by itself, don't mean this in a negative way, is meaningless. It doesn't have built-in meaning is what that means. So we decide what the meaning is, and the meaning we give it determines how we experience it. And that should be the proof of free will right there, is if you decide that something is going to be experienced negatively, absolutely, that's the way you're going to experience it. But if you change your mind and say, you know what, I'd rather experience it this way, that's the way you will suddenly start to experience it. The universe doesn't have a mind of its own. You're in charge. The universe is unconditionally supportive.
Nah, for real. The universe is on your side all the time.
This is the way credit cards used to work. Visa, Diners Club, American Express, MasterCard. They all work the same way, but they're all going to change. This is the sweep of the future. And this is International Verifact, the company that makes that little machine in a plant north of Toronto. This gizmo is the built-in telephone so the credit card reader can dial up the computer and see if you're good for it. This is a smart card, and it's the future. That gold seal actually covers a tiny computer that remembers everything, how much money you've spent, how much you have left. John Elliott of MasterCard in New York explains just how powerful a smart card is.
This is an example of what it would look like if you could peel away the back of our existing card, the card with the chip in it. What you'd see is a chip with data storage and another separate chip over here with the processor itself. The processor has the same processing capability as an Apple IIe. It has a 64K memory and an 8-bit processor.
The smart card is being tested in Maryland. With it, you can't overspend your limit, and fraud is almost impossible. The card's inserted, a personal identification number punched in. The card itself authorizes the transaction and remembers how much you've spent. Right now, there are about 6,000 of these smart cards in use in North America. By the end of this year, about 30,000 will be used in tests in the United States. This is the way credit cards used to.
Are you chewing? Girl. Cause you popping them things.
Yo, kids be so funny, man. So they don't be trying to be funny. What they say? Wait, what is that? A peanut butter jelly sandwich?
What a tragedy that someone might go from birth to death without ever having the psychedelic experience. It is the birthright of an intelligent species. In the same way that I would hate to think of someone going from birth to death without the sexual experience. These are completing and illuminating and transcendental dimensions of experience which one must have in order to fully claim the dimension of humanness. What a tragedy that someone might go from birth to death.
You think you a fool, you'll act like a fool. You think you poor, you act the way they tell you poor people supposed to act. Plant.
Today I'm going to show you one of the most powerful superfruits in the world to detoxify and mineralize the body and increase energy instantly like that every single day. So right here I have a key lime, and I'm going to demonstrate the power of how much energy, minerals is actually in this little bitty superfruit. And this is something you should be doing every day. So I'm going to demonstrate that with my little magic light box. I'm also going to show you guys how dangerous and toxic sugar is when you consume it and how fast it affects your body. So let's turn on my little magic light box here, and we're going to put the probes in the key lime. And as you see, the key limes light up the light bulb. That's what happens when we eat key limes. So it's one of the best things to do first thing in the morning, right? To energize the body. So we'll do another demonstration here. I have some spring water, and I just squeezed some key limes while ago. I squeezed, I think, 3 of these in here, so it's not very much. And we'll see what happens every day when we eat key limes. So you can see the light bulb starts to turn on. So when we eat foods that have vitamins and minerals, they still have their energy force. Our body becomes alive. So he keeps getting...
That death of your ego is absolutely necessary to become God.
Right.
All of us have the potential to become God. And that's why David the psalmist said, ye are all gods, children of the Most High God. And as we mature, our vanities should dissipate with time. Our self-seeking should dissipate with time, because vanity is a form of death. Because we, as physical beings, have such a short time to be. So the more vain you are, you die in yourself. And after you're dead, nobody remembers you,
Right.
because you didn't do nothing.
Right.
Everything
Right.
you did was for you.
For you.
But
right.
when you do it for God and do it for humanity, that's how you live.
Right.
That death of your ego is absolutely necessary to become God.
Right.
Every time you eat sugar, you get older. Well, getting old is an enormous mistake. We are accelerating the aging process every time you eat sugar. So get it out of your life. Get the wheat out of your life. Wheat is a deadly poison. Get it out of your life. Get the dairy out of your life. Get the processed oils out of your life. Processed oils. Go to the supermarket, get down the aisle with the oils, look at all those oils. All of those oils will kill you. So don't buy them. Don't eat them. Then walk down a little bit. There's salad dressings made with those same oils. Those kill you too. Every time you eat it, it does more permanent damage. And by doing this permanent damage, it ages you, makes you older. Get them out of your life. That's a big step forward. And then more fresh vegetables, organically grown fresh vegetables. Every time you eat sugar, you get older. Well,
It is so easy to not cheat. It is hard to cheat.
It is hard to cheat for people who have values and moral standards. It is not hard to cheat for people who are slaves to their emotional addictions, emotional entertainment, and urges. See, if someone is a good partner, you just have to look at how they deal with emotions and thoughts. When they have boredom or uneasiness, anxiety, or just thoughts they don't like, are they always looking for social media to make their feelings feel better? Or even you as a partner to make their feelings feel better? And maybe they're not in a relationship for you, but for you to make their feelings feel better. And hear me out, as soon as someone else gives them more urges or make their feelings feel better, they jump over there. And maybe when they feel guilty afterwards, they blame you to make their guilt feel better. You see? Some people run on the emotional addictive engine, and some people run on the value action engine.
It is so easy.
There was a time the only carpenter you could see in your community was a black man.
Avoid these 3 drinks because they can make your skin look older. Number 3 was a real surprise to me because it is so healthy for you. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Robert Love. I'm a neuroscientist. I specialize in helping people prevent Alzheimer's disease with science. Drink number 1, there's been some debate about. It is alcohol. Now, before, alcohol was thought to be really healthy for your heart. Alcohol does reduce stress in the short term, but actually in the long term, it increases stress. So alcohol ages your skin. Why? Primarily, it does it by dehydrating the skin. Alcohol dehydrates the body, therefore dehydrates the skin, and can make it look older. Alcohol also ages the brain and ages the body. Alcohol is harmful to the gut, certainly harmful to the liver. Alcohol impairs the gut-brain connection, and alcohol is just directly harmful to the brain and your sleep. All of those things make alcohol extremely damaging to your skin and to your whole body as well. Drink number 2 to avoid. This one's an obvious one. It is soda. Why does soda age your skin? Well, soda has a lot of sugar in it and no fiber. And what this does is this spikes your glucose levels, your blood sugar levels. What this does is this can increase inflammation. Inflammation is one of the primary causes of aging and aging of the skin. And don't get me started on diet soda. Diet soda is even worse.
Diet soda is, I had to look up for that.
That can age your skin. Now, this one was a surprise to me because it's so healthy. It's great for your brain. It's great for your gut bacteria. All kinds of health benefits for it. It is avoid.
Those indigenous to the planet is the manifestation of the universe in physical form. We are not in the universe, we are the universe. Here's a physical example. We replicate and resemble everything in nature, okay? This is the personification of nature if it were to take a physical form. This is why we have a symbiotic connection to the trees, and we can actually remove our shoes and plug into nature and feel better. Plant life and animal life is also a manifestation of the universe. Everything's actually connected. Embodiment of Christ consciousness and the law of one indicates that we're all connected to source, that we all derive from source. Primordial means that at the inception of the universe that your soul existed. This is why you must awaken to your true essence and remember that you are angelic. Remove all distractions and remember who you are. This is the time to step into your true power. With new cosmic energy coming in, the more you isolate yourself, the more you meditate, the more you access transcendental states of consciousness, the more you will awaken and activate dormant DNA, the more you will tap into your primordial godhood. And remember, God is here, okay? That prefrontal cortex of the brain, that pineal gland. Decalcify your pineal gland, get your ginkgo biloba, get your lion's mane mushroom. All right, these are herbs that are phenomenal for regenerating damaged brain cells. Lion's mane is one of the best for restoring your nervous system to optimal level after all the fluoride, chemtrails, and genetically modified organisms. High quality lion's mane mushroom, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension. Last thing these deletes want is a bunch of activated gods with their cosmic gateway completely open and cleansed. What most don't realize is by blocking our cosmic gateway is what severed our connection to the universe and to nature. With the full functioning pineal gland and ample activity to the prefrontal cortex of the brain, the ancients were communicating telepathically. They didn't have to speak. They didn't have to vocalize like we do, all right? We've been dumbed down substantially. My objective is to restore us back to our ancient ways. Dogon tribe is the perfect example. Scientists still can't explain how their knowledge stemmed back all the way to 3200 BC. They known about the dwarf star, all right, which was invisible to the naked eye. Scientists didn't discover that until 1862, and then they finally start calling it Sirius B. But the Dogon tribe seen this without any technology. They were doing this via astral projection. They had contact with extraterrestrial amphibious beings, the cosmos drawn out on their petroglyphs way before astronomers had telescopes and things of that nature. They knew that Saturn had rings and other various facts about the cosmos. The way that Dogon was able to map the whole entire universe is because we are the universe. All they have to do is go inward to see the cosmos. Peace, love, and light to everyone.
Your body recreates itself based on the thoughts you think. You create a new liver every 6 weeks, a new skin once a month.
Every 6 weeks.
And in less than a year, you replace your entire body down to the last atom. And your thoughts and words are the architects in the recreation process. So if you're dealing with a health issue or want to just optimize your health and well-being, listen to these 3 affirmations and allow them to sink into your mind. The more you listen, the more you program the vibration of health and vitality into your subconscious mind. which then programs it right into the cells of your body. You can do this with the InnerTune app. Download it now and listen to
Your houseplants may know a little bit more about you than you might think. Wait until you hear this. We've heard about how talking to plants can boost their yield and all that, and that is cool and interesting, and it's because plants have been shown to draw alternative sources of energy from other plants. They influence each other in many ways, and they communicate through nanomechanical oscillations, vibrations, or frequency. And they say this is as close as you can get to telepathic communication. But what if there was more than that? Well, according to some recent studies, they put EEG, which is an electro-sensor thing, on the plant. And then they'd send the owner of the plant, or the person who planted the plant, out of the house. And when that person starts heading back home and is within 2 kilometers of the plant, the frequencies of the plant start to increase. It gets excited. Your plants literally know when their owner is coming home, and they get excited just like your damn dog, or maybe cat. Cats don't usually, but dogs get so excited when you come home. Your plants do the same thing. They know you, and they can feel you coming through the vibrational interconnected freaking consciousness. We know that plants communicate to each other. We know that by us speaking to plants, it can increase their yield. And apparently this is the next tip of that freaking iceberg. The next level lower is that plants can sense you coming, and they love you, and they're happy to see you. So thank you, plant. Thank you, planty plant right here. Thank you very much. He's a happy boy. Your houseplants
That's pretty
may
cool.
know a little.
That is pretty cool, not gonna lie. Alright, y'all. That's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Learned something new, all that good stuff. With all that being said, see you guys in the next upload. Peace.